Recording now, and we are live. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sam Obafemi, and I am honored to have you in this session. I need to say some disclaimers. The internet can be funny. Sometimes my link may go off, but don't worry, it will reconnect automatically and the class will continue. So if at any time I go off, please relax. The connection would be restored and the class would continue by itself. So please don't get agitated. This session is going to run for a minimum of 1 hour and is going to be sharing of slides. I need you to please pay rapt attention and if possible, ask your questions. Please, you can use the chat environment just at the bottom of this screen to throw in your questions if you need to. So you can just type your question in there and I can now, after the session, read the question and answer you. This conversation is meant to be interactive at the end of the day. You can, and I will share the slides of this session with you after we're done with this class today. So you can feel free to drop your email address in the chat environment, and my colleague Tunde, who is already in this class, would gladly email the slides to you. So as to minimize interruptions is why I have muted your voice, depending on what the English people call it. So let me go on quickly and share the slides so we can have our conversation. Okay. So, okay, so if you can see the slides, please snap your fingers at me. If you can see the slides, perfect, perfect. So the slides here are the slides of our conversations today. It says this is a free taster session. It means that I'm just sharing details with you about what safe hypnosis is all about. I will start off by talking about who needs hypnosis or what will hypnosis do for you. The very first thing is that hypnosis is used to influence employee performance. If you're a supervisor, HOD, you lead people in your office, you work with people, you own a business or you run a school or anything, whatever you do, hypnosis is a great tool for influencing employee performance. Hypnosis, for some of you that want to be like Shandy, hypnosis is a great tool, to transform you from, this fantastic figure here to this fantastic figure here. Who does this speak to? Is that you just do this for me? So hypnosis helps you to transform how you look and what you look like. And then this for me is also critical. Hypnosis helps you to increase your sales. If you sell ideas, you sell services, you sell products, you sell anything, hypnosis helps you to ask, listen, and act so that you can increase your sales and improve your strategy, orders, goals, success, marketing solutions. So hypnosis helps you to drive your sales. Very, very important. Now, for most of us, this would also ring a bell. Hypnosis helps you to persuade people for your vision. Helps you to persuade people. Let me add people here. People for your vision. It means that for all of us who are probably life coaches, pastors, religious leaders, public speakers, motivational speakers, coaches, anything that needs you to sell. Do you know that for you to even raise money with any lending organization like a microfinance bank, a commercial bank, a sibling, a family member who needs to give you money. You need to be able to rouse an appetite for your ideas and your vision. So hypnosis helps you to inspire and communicate, in an influential way with people. I love this. For those of us who teach in schools and who, work with children, especially children with special needs, hypnosis helps you with speech therapy. It helps you to be able to relate with children at different levels, and they can always improve on their speech. So hypnosis is a very powerful tool that helps you to help children to communicate. Very, very powerful tool. Now, this for me is also very important. I'd like you to look at this slide. It says that there are 5 things that can move you from self-denial to great action. 5 things that can move you from self-denial to great action. The first is that we usually say that things are not happening to us. Usually when we have a behavior, sometimes we have some addictions, personal addictions. Sometimes we have some secret behaviors that we wish nobody knew. Sometimes we have difficulty stopping a pattern, an addiction. We have challenges with something we wish we were not doing. Hypnosis is a Welcome back, guys. Sorry, I already told you the internet may act crazy, but every time it goes off, it will reconnect by itself. So no cause for alarm. Are we all together? May I see you, please? May I see you? Great. Thank you for holding on. Thank you for holding on. Okay, someone is sending me a message saying no voice. Bashirat, people can hear me, so I don't know. You may have to check your phone settings. I hope you can hear me now. I'm just going to respond to you via chat now. People can hear me. Please check your settings. Okay, so let's continue from where we stopped. I'm going to go back now to share the slides, so we may continue. So if you can see the slides, please let me know. If you can see the slides, let me know. Can you see the slides? Great, thank you. Brilliant. So I was talking about moving from an unwanted behavior to a desired behavior. And on this slide, you can see what I've always talked about. I've always said conviction plus motivation will lead to a consistent behavior. When you try to change your behavior, if you are not convinced, it will not be sustainable. But if you are convinced, then it is sustainable. Motivation is external. Okay, as I'm talking to you now, you may be motivated. But if you don't have a personal belief that you need to change, I can't help you. Maybe after a few hours, maybe by tomorrow, maybe by the end of the week, you will drop the entire motivation because you just say, this thing is not for me, Joe. But once you can find yourself expressed in that goal you have, once you can find yourself expressed in that ambition you have, then you don't need Coach Sam to motivate you anymore. You don't need Coach Sam to help you to move forward. Once you can create your self-motivation, which is conviction, your motivation becomes sustainable. Then you can change your behavior. And that's principally one of the principles of hypnosis. In fact, I'll show you shortly where it says hypnosis has to be self-driven, because no one can really, motivate you beyond your own self-motivation. Mojisola, can you hear me? Perfect. Great. So let's go on now and talk about who needs hypnosis. Here I said we all need hypnosis. We all need hypnosis. Whether you are a teacher or a public speaker or a life coach or a salesperson. Bashirat, welcome. Can you hear me now? or a parent. Okay, we need to mute someone. I just heard the sound. Okay. Okay, brilliant. So we're good. So whether you're a parent, whether father, mother, uncle, aunt, whatever the nomenclature, if you're an employee, if you're an owner of a business, we all need hypnosis. The ability for us to be able to get results is why we all need hypnosis. All of us need hypnosis at different levels of our endeavors. So, but let's talk about this. If you can see this, please, I'd like you to snap your fingers with me. Yo, snap, 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 snap. Fantastic. The first thing people say is that hypnosis can be used against people's will. They say, someone told me 2 days ago and said, but wait, is hypnosis not manipulation? Is hypnosis not trying to corner people's minds? That is what people say, that hypnosis can be used against people's will. But the truth is, hypnosis cannot be used against a person's conscious will. And let me ask you a question. So I'm going to unmute someone here because I want to have an interaction with someone. Let me go with Mojisola. So Mojisola, can you hear me? Good. So I'm going to ask you some questions. You need to speak out loud so that the rest of the class can hear you. Let me ask you, what is your tribe?
Hello?
What is your tribe?
I'm Yoruba.
Good. So let's assume that you travel to Zamfara, and as a Yoruba lady, you try to speak to a Fulani man, and you're trying to sell adire and ashoke to him. How successful would you be? First time.
How successful? I think it would be hard selling it to him.
Especially if he has never ever left that state and he has never met a Yoruba person, right?
Yes, exactly.
Now, no matter how much you try to convince and manipulate and talk about the benefits, until this Fulani man can establish that he needs your adire and he needs your ashoke, he may not buy it.
Yes.
And that's exactly what this point is trying to say on this slide. He's saying that until there is a conscious contribution from the person you're talking to, you cannot hypnotize anybody against their will. So we need to become less afraid of what hypnosis is, because we say, oh, if I talk to Coach Sam, he's going to brainwash me and make me give him my money. Oh, this man. It's not possible. Hypnosis is a function of contribution from the person with whom you're having a conversation. So that was the first myth. The second myth says people believe that hypnosis is voodoo or casting a spell. How many of us can relate to this? Snap your fingers at me if you can relate to this. They say hypnosis, they want to charm you, watch your pocket, watch your wife, watch your this, they will carry them away. That's what people say. But the truth is that hypnosis is a language that even you have used without knowing. If you read my post today, I said hypnosis is a state where we are constantly in. From the moment you wake up till the time you go to bed, you're always in a state of hypnosis. And here we say hypnosis is a language that you have used even without knowing in your spiritual or religious journey, your work, and your personal life. It is a state, it's a mental state that you create and utilize for good or for bad. The third myth people share is that hypnosis is ungodly. Now, let me ask you a question, and I'll just need you to snap if it's true, or shake your head if it's wrong. there is heaven. Snap or shake head. Heaven exists. Snap means yes. Shake your head means no. Okay. The second thing is there is a good life on earth. Snap to say yes. Shake your head to say no. Okay. You're joining this course and this session because you believe it will help you. Snap for yes. Shake your head for no. You see that you also concur that it is possible to get something that you want. Why do you think there is a good life on earth? Because you have seen a representation somewhere. You have seen a good house somewhere, a good car somewhere. You've seen a family that lives a good life that you admire. You've worked with a boss that has a fantastic life you wish you could have. There is evidence of good life, so you can aspire for good life because there is an evidence, right? That is hypnosis. You are hypnotizing your mind to say, I will make it. Not because you have proof that you will. Everything we've ever dreamt of and aspired for, we don't have proof that we will have it. We just believe that we will have it. We just have faith that we will have it. We just aspire enough that we would have it. We go to school to read and get qualifications because we believe that once I get qualified, I will get better opportunities because it will place me at a higher pedestal. Yes or no? Yes to snap, shake your head for no. Why? You are hypnotizing your mind that provided I can get this qualification, this network, this exposure, this relationship, this, that, and that, and that, this would happen. That is hypnosis. So even we are unconsciously hypnotizing ourselves for the things we are pursuing. That tells you that hypnosis is a necessary ingredient for success. Here I wrote that the holy books are full of hypnotic language aimed at inspiring us to create the kind of life we want and need. For instance, no living being knows what heaven looks like. We can only say the Bible or the Quran says heaven looks like this. Some people tell you they went to heaven and came back, they say they saw this, they saw that. But none of us has a practical, personal experience what heaven looks like. But we're looking forward to going to heaven. Abi, who does not want to go to heaven here? Let me see your face. Just smile if you don't want to go to heaven. Smile. Better frown that you want to go to heaven. So it means that we all look forward to going to heaven. We encourage ourselves to imagine it. We want to live like we want to go to heaven. We want to pursue going to heaven. That is hypnosis at its best. Every time you have configured your mind to pursue something you're looking for, you're hypnotizing your mind. Every day we're in a state of hypnosis. So I'd like you to look at this slide. Please look at this slide and see the difference between what hypnosis is and what hypnosis is not. I'm going to unmute you. You will just call out one statement. Hypnosis is not something, or hypnosis is something. Just pick only one. So I will unmute you and you will say only one. Mojisola will start with you.
Okay. Hypnosis is not sleep.
It's not sleep. Auntie Toyin. Can you hear me? I don't think she can. Uncle Jeff.
Hypnosis is not a sin.
Hypnosis is not a sin. Is it on our slide?
Okay, I'm not looking at the slide. I thought you wanted me to say something. Okay.
From the slide.
Okay, from the slide. It's an awake state. Hypnosis is an... Okay. Hypnosis is not a state of unconsciousness.
It's not a state of unconsciousness. Hawa?
Hypnosis is an imagination.
It's an imagination. Renee?
Being controlled by someone else. What is not?
Is not being controlled by someone else. Who goes next on my slide? Sophisticated.
Hypnosis is not being gullible.
Hypnosis is not being gullible. Nice to see you in class. Okay, Doris Ikweze, I can't see you. Isaac Abiodun.
Yeah. Hypnosis is exercise of your mind.
Hypnosis is exercise of your mind. Fantastic. Lara?
Hypnosis is not being controlled by someone else.
Hypnosis is not being controlled, but someone has said that before, I think. Say another one.
Hypnosis is not a loss of self-control.
It's not a loss of self-control. Fantastic. Let me quickly go to, I hope Bashira can hear me now. Bashira, can you hear me? Okay, we'll go to MM. MM?
Exercise for your mind.
Someone has said that before. Say someone say another one.
Okay, let me go down. The hypnosis is the ultimate display of control.
Absolute, correct. Rekia, if you can hear me.
Hypnosis is not a loss of self-control.
Someone has said that before. Okay, I think someone said that before. I think so. Pick another one.
Okay. Hypnosis is imagination.
Someone has said that too. Say another one.
Hello? Hypnosis is imagination.
Someone has said that again. Say another one. Ha 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 ha.
Okay. Hypnosis is the ultimate display of control.
I will let you pass. Someone has said that too. Fantastic. I'll go to the last. I'll just pick one more, then we can continue. Tayo.
Hypnosis is an awake state.
An awake state. Okay. So I'll just take you from here. Thank you, everyone. Please snap our fingers. Well done for good attempts. Thank you for staying on this session. So I'm going to quickly run through these options that we have. We said hypnosis is not sleep. Hypnosis is not a state of unconsciousness. It's not that somebody will hypnotize you and be like, and you're unconscious. It's not. Hypnosis is not being gullible. Hypnosis is not being weak-minded. And you know, sometimes we think being hypnotized means that you cannot think for yourself. We think that it means I cannot decide for myself. It means that I am in an unconscious state and somebody has to now tell me what to do, then I can do it. No, that's not hypnosis. Hypnosis is not loss of self-control where you suddenly cannot do anything by yourself. Hypnosis rather is an awakened state, a state of awareness. It's an awake state. It's a state of relaxation where your entire resources, mental resources, are channeled towards a goal. It's directed towards a place you should focus on. That is hypnosis. When you're guided into a direction you should think about, where you should process, that's hypnosis. That's why if you go to church, the pastor will say, if you know you want to give your life to Christ, please come to the altar now, raise your hand and pray. That's hypnotic language. They're telling you, come forward and make a decision. For instance, you go to a bank and they'll tell you, for us to give you this loan, you need to sign an undertaking that I guarantee I will do this. When somebody wants to open a bank account, they fill a form and come to you and say, I want you to guarantor me. And then the form says, I, Sam Obafemi, I know this person for so number of years and I can guarantee. That's a hypnotic language. It's a state of awareness. It can also be a state of imagination, which is why I talked about having a good life, going to heaven. When you can imagine what you want to achieve, you are hypnotizing your mind. You're bypassing